Hey, Jessica. It's been a while since we last spoke. What has it been, like a year and a half?
What do you want, Dylan? Is this about child support? Are you trying to pay less or something? I won't let you get away with even a cent less than the amount you agreed to.
No, it's not about that. I reached out about something else. Not child support.
Well then, what do you want? Why would you need to talk to your ex-wife?
There's something I wanted to ask you. It's about our daughter, Allison.
What about her?
I actually happened to run into her today.
What? Where did you run into her?
Allison's field trip was today. The one where they get to visit a workplace of choice. Don't you remember?
Huh. I see.
What do you mean, I see? Did you not know? Anyways, it was just by chance that I needed to stop by the same company she was visiting for work. So we just ran into each other at that company.
Wow. What a coincidence.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised. I wasn't expecting to see her there. But since she was visiting for school, I was planning on only saying hi and leaving her to enjoy the field trip.
Of course. You shouldn't be doing anything else anyways. Since I never gave you permission to spend time with her, anything more would be completely inappropriate and violate your visitation rights.
The thing is, Allison was acting kind of strange. That's why I reached out. I'm a little concerned about her. She latched on to me, and in between sobs was saying how she wanted to come live with me. Did something happen between you two? Did you fight or something?
Nothing that I can think of. She was probably just being dramatic after not seeing her dad for a while.
But she was saying that she didn't want to live with you anymore.
She's just at a rebellious age. You know how kids are. Recently, Allison has been talking back at me every chance she gets. She can't even handle simple chores. She's just a useless freeloader.
What do you expect? She's only a child. Of course she can't do chores that well. It's already impressive of her to help out. You should be more thankful that she's trying.
I am a single mother. Do you know how difficult it is to be a single mother? It's impossible to get everything taken care of without help from the child.
Well, when I saw her, she didn't seem like she was angry and rebellious or anything. She seemed more like she was struggling. Is she being treated well? I can't help but think there's something else going on.
What? How dare you? Are you accusing me of abusing her? Is that what you think of me?
I mean, it just doesn't make sense for a 5th grader to suddenly break down like that. Right as she saw me, she burst into tears.
I'm actually fulfilling my duty of being a mother to her. I don't think you have a say in this when you aren't even helping raise her. You're not the one spending every day caring for her.
I would love to help out with raising her, and be there for her more. But I can't. I can't since over a year ago you suddenly left and took her with you.
You deserved it. A guy like you is bound to be left by his wife.
I mean, I'm paying child support every month. I've never missed a month, and it's always the full amount. Just to check. You are using it for Allison, right? The way you're acting has me a bit worried.
So, first you accuse me of being an abusive mother, and now you're saying that I just wanted to get a divorce to get money through child support?
No, I'm not accusing you of anything. That's not what I'm saying. It's just that, when I met her, Allison didn't seem very happy. As her father, I can't help but be worried about her. All I want is for her to be happy and healthy. Is there any way I could see her more often? I really want to spend more time with her.
Why do you want to see her more often? Are you going to try and brainwash her against me?
What in the world are you talking about? I'm not trying to brainwash her.
You're probably going to make her think that you're the better one, that Dad is the best and Mom is the worst. You're going to turn her against me.
I wouldn't try to do anything like that. I just want to see her.
Do you know how hard I worked to raise her? On top of being a single parent, I'm a single parent to a quite difficult child. Sometimes I have to scold her too. You can't imagine what that's like and how draining it is. But you don't deal with any of that, since you don't see her every day. You just get to see her now and then, and be the good guy. You only see her good side and get to be the kind parent. And that's why she likes you, and wants to live with you. You're not better. She just thinks you're nicer because you haven't had to put your foot down with her. It must be nice to have it so easy.
Look, I get that kids can get upset with their parents for scolding them. I understand that they sometimes don't get why we need to give them rules and have them listen. But when I met Allison today, it wasn't like that. She didn't seem like she was just annoyed about being lectured, or just wanted you to leave her alone. She looked as if she wanted me to save her, as if she was suffering and needed to be rescued. Her eyes were filled with pain.
What are you even talking about? Don't act like you know everything about her and her life after just seeing her once. As a parent, I'm suffering just as much. Maybe even more. This is none of your business. You need to leave us alone. Hey, Dylan. Do you remember how you said you wanted to parent more?
Yes, I do. What's this about?
You still feel the same way, right?
Of course. Why wouldn't I want to help raise my own daughter?
Perfect! That's great. Looks like things will work out for both of us then. I'm getting remarried so you can have your daughter back. Good luck.
Excuse me? What are you talking about?
I'm giving you what you always wanted. I've granted your wish. You should really be more grateful. After all, I have the power to decide if she lives with you. I'm pretty much done with her. I don't need her anymore, so you can have her, since you seem to want her so badly.
I see. She's no longer useful to you. I guess that makes sense, since you only took Allison to get child support. You've really hit rock bottom.
Rock bottom? That couldn't be farther from the truth. If anything, I'm thriving right now. This is just the beginning for me. And the beginning of my lovely life with my new husband as newlyweds.
If I was you, I wouldn't be so sure about that last one. Your new husband just brought our daughter here.
What? What are you talking about?
He's here, and he brought Allison with him. Though you were right about one thing. Allison is going to be living with me from now on.
What do you mean he's there? What is going on? That's impossible. There's no way he would be there.
It's true. He's right here with me.
That's just not possible. You're lying.
Why do you keep saying that? Why would I lie about something like this?
There's just no way that he would be with Allison.
Oh, I get it now. It's because of that thing, right? You think it's impossible because you haven't told him that you have a daughter. That's why you're confused. I understand.
How do you know about that? Is he really there?
That's what I've been saying this entire time. Do you believe me now?
Why? Why is he there? There's no reason for him to be there. He doesn't know anything. He shouldn't know anything. What is happening right now?
Well, according to him, he needed to stop by your place for something and went by earlier today.
He did? He didn't tell me he was coming over.
He didn't say anything, since he was just bringing by something you forgot. Sounds reasonable to me. I would assume it was okay to drop by my fiancé's place unannounced. He was just going to leave your stuff hanging on the doorknob, but when he was about to leave, Allison opened the door. He said he was caught off guard since he didn't expect a child to be at your apartment.
She really couldn't have picked a worse moment to come out. How dare she? He should have also said something if he was stopping by. Who just shows up like that?
He was obviously surprised that his fiancée had a child he knew nothing about. But that wasn't even what surprised him the most. You know what really shocked him? The state that Allison was in. Apparently, she was a complete mess.
A mess? What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. You know what you did. You barely fed her for 5 whole days. For the past few days, she's been surviving on just her school lunches. That wasn't the only thing, though. Her clothes were completely worn out and filthy. Not only have you been starving her, but you obviously haven't bathed her in days either.
You've always liked to make baseless accusations against me. She's a kid. She probably just got her clothes dirty while out playing somewhere. I don't know anything about the state she was in. Stop making things my fault.
You can't make excuses to get out of this. You were treating her like garbage. Allison has already told me everything that's been going on. Luckily, your fiancé is a kind person. He was distraught seeing Allison in that state, and went out of his way to bring her here.
He just took her without saying anything to me? How could he do something like that?
How could he? What else was he supposed to do? She kept crying about how she wanted to go home to Dad. How could he not? He really is a good person. He deserves much better than someone like you. But that's okay, because he has the chance to do better than you, now that you've shown your true colors. It's really good for him that this happened before you got married.
Where is he right now?
I don't know. He's already left. Though I will say, he seemed pretty disappointed in you when he was leaving. Judging from that, I'm not sure if he'll still want to marry you.
Everything is ruined now!
Well, that was out of nowhere.
This is all Allison's fault. How are you going to make it up to me?
First of all, what are you even talking about? You can't just demand things. You have to explain the situation first.
My fiancé! He just broke off the engagement.
Of course he did. There was no way he was going through with the engagement after what he saw. How did you not see that coming?
Shut up, idiot! You're just as much to blame.
Who would marry someone who doesn't treasure their own child? I think anyone would pass on being with someone as twisted as you.
There's nothing wrong with me. How could you say that? Don't treat me like some kind of psychopath.
At the very least, your ex-fiancé is in his right mind. He made the right choice ending things with you. If he married you, I'm sure he would end up in some messy situations. I really hope he can marry a woman who treats others with care and kindness, like most normal people.
There you go again! Acting like you know everything about my life and our relationship. When we first met, he was completely head over heels for me. And now he's breaking the engagement off right before the wedding. It's just cruel to treat someone you love like that.
It seems like you're the only one here who doesn't understand why he left you. There's no way someone would marry a woman who is completely unaffected by harming her own child. There's something definitely wrong with you. It's either that, or you just have no sense of humanity.
The only reason I hid the fact that I had a child was because I thought I couldn't find a partner otherwise. I've told you how hard it has been being a single parent. And the only reason I didn't feed her was because she didn't deserve to eat. I was disciplining her. For a rebellious child like her, I had to try harder to get her to listen. You wouldn't understand since you didn't have to deal with her bad behavior.
Rebelling? Bad behavior? You have got to be kidding me. Allison is completely terrified by you. She's obviously traumatized. There's no way she could have rebelled against you, talked back to you, or go against you in any way.
That's because you haven't seen what she's usually like. Like I said, you haven't really been helping raise her. She never listens to anything I say, and she's constantly destroying things at home. Allison is a total troublemaker. She's a handful to raise.
Okay, fine. Let's say that she was actually rebellious and as much of a problem as you make her out to be. Even then, making her go nearly 5 days without a proper meal is going too far. It's insane. No one would discipline their child like that, no matter how bad they were.
Don't act like she was starving to death. She gets lunch at school. She's fine. What's more important is proper discipline. You have no idea how hard it is to raise a child. You couldn't even imagine the daily struggles of trying to care for another person that I have to deal with. That's why you're seeing everything through rose-colored glasses. You haven't lived the back-breaking reality of being a parent.
I'm pretty sure no one, even experienced parents, would agree with you and how you've been treating our daughter. But you can keep arguing that you were in the right, regardless of how ridiculous that is. Either way, you're not getting married anytime soon.
Do you even know how hard I worked to get him? Calling off the wedding? Breaking off the engagement! As if I'd let that happen.
I'm not sure why you're complaining about it to me. It's not like I can do anything about it. I did hear that you met him at a party, though. Did you act like a different person to charm him? Is that how you got him to fall for you?
I didn't act like a different person. I worked hard to make him fall for me. I researched everything I could about his type. I even changed my hair and how I did my makeup to be closer to what he likes. I even learned how to cook. If that's not hard work, I don't know what is.
I guess you really did put in an effort. What made you want him that badly?
Money. What else could it be? He's very accomplished in his career, and his parents are filthy rich. Sure, I'm out of his league, but I couldn't care less about that.
It's actually kind of refreshing to see you be so greedy.
This wasn't supposed to happen. I should have just pawned Alice off to you months ago.
I guess you were blinded by your greed again, and you didn't want to give up the money you were getting from my child support payments. It's a fitting end for you.
Shut up! I'm going to do whatever I have to convince him to marry me. I have no other choice. No matter what happens, I have to marry that man.
Why does it have to be him? I'm starting to feel bad for him, having to deal with someone like you.
How my life is going to turn out completely depends on whether we get married or not. I need to marry him. He blocked me. I can't contact him at all.
I'm not surprised at all. It looks like he succeeded in getting away from you.
Why would he do this? You must have said something to him. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense. Why would he just cut me off like that?
I think it makes complete sense. Even an epic love of 100 years couldn't withstand the horror of finding out what you're really like. By the way, I heard from Allison that you're in debt.
That brat. Can't even keep her mouth shut.
She said she even found a strange letter. From how she described it, I'm pretty sure it was a debt collection reminder. She said there were a lot of zeros on the paper. Sounds like you're in pretty deep. That must be rough. Now I get why you were so desperate to marry that guy.
So what if that was the reason?
I'm assuming you hid the fact that you were neck-deep in debt from him too.
What I tell my own fiancé is none of your business.
Not only did you hide the fact that you had a child, but you also kept your massive debt a secret. Isn't that a lot of secrets to keep from a partner, let alone a fiancé?
It's a sensitive topic. I couldn't find the right moment to bring it up. I was planning on eventually telling him. I just never got the chance to.
Eventually? When is that?
Eventually is eventually! Leave me alone!
I see. Sounds like you weren't ever going to tell him. I felt bad for him knowing all these secrets he didn't, so I went ahead and explained the situation for him.
What?
Yeah, I told him last night.
I knew it! You were the reason he blocked me! It's all your fault!
I mean, maybe. Maybe he's just really done with you.
Why did you do that? You've ruined us!
I was just acting out of the good of my heart.
How is that the good of your heart? You're obviously being vindictive.
Well, I'm definitely not trying to be kind to you. Your fiancé, on the other hand, I'm definitely trying to be nice to him. I just wanted to help him. Give him a warning before he makes a life-changing decision. Because he should definitely steer clear of you.
How could you? You're terrible. Our relationship is none of your business. You had no right.
It's not none of my business. He's the man who saved my daughter. I felt obligated to help him. Either way, I'm pretty sure you guys are over. If you really care about him, just leave him alone.
What am I supposed to do about my debt? How am I supposed to make my payments?
It's debt that you created yourself. You'll just have to pay it back yourself, too.
I know. Give me Allison back.
What? How is that a solution?
The wedding's off. I'm not getting remarried. So give Allison back to me.
So, you want to get her back, then get money through child support? As if I would let that happen. I've already been preparing to get Allison's custody transferred.
What? You can do that.
I found a great family lawyer. I'm going to get custody of her and make sure that you can never be near her ever again.
How could you be so selfish?
The only one who's been selfish here is you. If you want to fight this, you also have the right to get a good lawyer and try to keep custody.
I don't have the money for a lawyer.
Well, I expected that.
You want to talk? It's not like you're rich or anything. Do you even have the money to get a lawyer?
Oh, I guess you didn't know since it happened after you left. I got promoted, and I'm making pretty good money now.
You're lying. There's no way that happened.
Thanks to the promotion, I've been able to provide Allison with a good life. I can treat her to anything she wants, and even make enough to take her on trips overseas in the future.
You're making that much more than before?
If we were still married when I got the promotion, you might have wasted all the money I was earning. I'm really glad we got divorced when we did. Thanks for leaving me.
Why is it always me? Always having things happen at the wrong time.
Not only did your fiancé and your ex-husband abandon you, but it looks like even God isn't on your side. You're going to be dealing with collections on your debt from now on, right? Good luck with that.
I won't be able to afford to put food on the table.
You'll be fine eating less than usual. It's just like you said before. If you have a little to eat once a day, you'll be fine. Actually, there's another lesson you could learn from your own disciplinary methods. You could just shower once every 3 days. That way you'll save some money on your water bill.
That's no way to live. I don't want that kind of life.
Then I guess you'll have to work really hard. You'll have to actually break a sweat for once and really grind hard. Maybe then you'll be able to afford all the luxuries you had before.
You're enjoying seeing me suffer like this, aren't you? How dare you? It's sick to enjoy someone else's pain.
Look, I'm never going to forgive you for how you treated my daughter. I think you should be punished, and honestly, I do want you to suffer. I think you should experience the torture that your own daughter had to go through. Serves you right. After everything that happened, Jessica was never able to give up on her fiancé and kept following him around. But he ended up suing her, and even got a restraining order against her. I heard a rumor that Jessica ended up filing for bankruptcy after that. After Allison came to live with me, I made sure to only provide the best for her. Whenever she'd have a break from school, we would go on trips together to visit new places. I wanted to do what I can to overwrite the memories of her suffering with happy, fun ones. I'm not sure if what I'm doing has helped, but Allison smiles a lot more than she used to. I haven't talked to the fiancé since, but I did send him a thank you gift. He actually responded and sent something back. He had sent a gift basket, and judging by the types of snacks and candy in it, it felt like it was for a child to enjoy. Maybe he actually likes kids, and would have been happy to meet Allison when he was with my ex. To think that she would try to use such a good person for her own selfish reasons. It just reaffirmed my feelings that I'll never be able to forgive Jessica. I don't know where she is or what she's doing now, nor do I care to know. Instead of thinking about her, I want to think about what's best for my daughter and what I can do for her. That way, I'll be able to give her a happy life.